Welcome back to the series of Celebrity Diet But Better, where we try to make the famous celebrity diet meals but made into more tolerable and sustainable ones. Today I'm gonna try IU Diet, very famous diet meal among the dieters in Korea, where she eats 1 apple for breakfast, 2 sweet potatoes for lunch, dinner is a protein shake. I think this one's gonna be a little bit difficult for me because I personally don't like protein shake. Let's see what creative recipe I can come up with to replace this protein shake. As my goal is to make these meals more enjoyable and tolerable and not so much of an extreme condensed diet in a short time period, I'll make IU diet meal inspired meals that are executable for many days. I'll share my verdict at the end whether it was really enjoyable for me, and I think for me most importantly it has to be filling and it kept me full for a decent period of time. For breakfast is 1 apple. I personally eat 2 meals a day, brunch and dinner. For this one, I'll just cut some apples and follow the original recipe with a little bit of twist. Let's go. So for breakfast, I have a very pretty apple here. Quick rinse. I like to eat apple as is. Actually, this method, I learned it from my high school teacher who brought this cinnamon apple to school. She used to eat it for snack. I adopted that method. We shouldn't even call it a recipe. And I'm still eating it that way. It's very simple. It's not really anything that's so... You just cut the apples and you kind of shake it together with cinnamon and brown sugar. But since it's supposed to be diet meal, I will not put sugar in it, but we can put cinnamon. Some cinnamon, close it up, and we just shake. Bon appetit! I like eating apples this way, especially for snacks, because kind of like eating chips. I love eating chips. I love eating like crackers. These are thin, so it's like crunchy without like you getting too full. If you feel like eating something, I would definitely recommend doing this. You can also dip this in peanut butter, Greek yogurt. I was editing a little bit. Now it's lunchtime. So lunch is supposed to be 2 sweet potatoes. I would assume she used bigger sweet potato, but the sweet potatoes that I have are quite small. So what I'll do is I've been wanting to make like a loaded bowl, like a salad bowl, grain bowl, but something that uses sweet potato as base. So these I will give it a rinse. Our sweet potatoes became very tiny. It has some rotten area, so I cut it out. Now it's like this big. Anyways, we'll be able to fill the calories with some other vegetables. I will chop this up into small cubes. Sweet potatoes ready. Olive oil, salt, and pepper. This goes on our baking sheet. So this goes into our oven. While our sweet potato cooks, I would also like to finish up some of my veggies, heirloom tomatoes, and some onion. And I have a bunch of bell peppers and my favorite, cabbage. This. Clean up my veggie scraps. I will also roast some onions with my bell peppers. Like this. Goes back to the oven. The reason why I wanted to eat this bowl is because I really want to have this dressing. I have this dressing recipe that I've been making since college. I'm actually a sucker for like creamy dressing. So what I will do is, honestly, I don't really have a measurement for this because I feel like I made it so many times and like my heart kind of knows how to make it. I will show you what ingredients go in and then you guys can customize to your liking. Just some Greek yogurt, garlic, just to taste. My cilantros, I will put a lot. Or is it too much? I feel like it's too much. Half of it. Then of course some lime juice. Today I will skip salt and pepper. I will put a little bit, just a touch of sugar for better incorporation of the flavors. And then we mix. Perfect. I will probably need some protein, so I'll just use some of my frozen rotisserie chicken that I shredded as a topping. Like this. Mostly chicken breast meat. I'm not a huge chicken breast person. I usually just freeze it and put it in my soup or salad or just as a topping. Tomatoes. Dressing. I'll put generous amount of dressing on top. More cabbages. Let's give it a try. First impression, the dressing is always good. Secondly, you know, I use sweet potatoes as the base. It has a really sweet, nutty addition to the more fresh and tangy flavors. It's perfect balance with vegetables and also the dressing and the chicken. I'm really enjoying this. I ate about half a bowl and I'm already pretty full. I would say this recipe was a success. As I mentioned, I don't really like drinking protein shake as a meal. Maybe it can work as a supplement. For a meal, I would much rather just chew something. For example, I would much rather have like raw vegetables and some chicken breast. So today for dinner, I'm making teriyaki chicken with my chicken breast and some simple vegetables like cabbages, onions, and carrots. For sauce, it's also very simple. I'm just tossing in a lot of garlic, honey, and soy sauce. And if you want, you can put a dash of sesame oil. Not much of a recipe again, just toss in everything, fry until everything is cooked, and then you can put some slurry in for that thick sauce. I'm just doing my makeup. Let's talk about this IU diet better. My favorite meal would be the sweet potato loaded bowl, because after doing the 2 series of Celebrity Diet But Better, something I learned is sweet potato is really filling. Less calorie intake and high fiber intake. For me, consuming food that keeps me full is really important because I personally don't like starving when I lose my weight. The lunch did a good job in terms of keeping me full, and also it just tasted amazing. I really hope you guys taste the dressing recipe that I shared in the video. And one more thing I want to highlight is for dinner. You guys all know I'm not a huge fan of protein shake. Instead of drinking protein shake, I replaced it with a full meal. For this meal, I focused on the protein intake. Nutrients will be slightly different. For all 3 meals, for the taste and sustainability aspect, I would give it 5 out of 5, no doubt. Especially lunch and dinner, they were very, very delicious, even compared to my previous series. Important tip for losing weight sustainably is to stay calorie deficit instead of cutting out food or just blindly starving. I had periods where I went on intense diet. I would just gain that weight right back after I go back to my normal diet. It's important to focus on regularly feeding yourself, giving yourself enough nutrients, but also stay calorie deficit. So again, never starve yourself. Be happy and healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave any diet requests in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!